Eh, Hey everyone, DJ Stutz here with Little Hearts Academy, and of course, the Imperfect Heroes podcast. And I'm so happy to be here with you and to spend a little time. My light's a little bright though there. Let's bring that down just a tad, maybe. Oh, there. No, maybe I won't be quite so blind. Okay, there we go. So just having fun here, and this whole month we're talking about love and how our kids feel love and how we can show them love. And I had such a great guest in this week's episode, and her name is Dr. Sally Goldberg, and she is, I know, I'm sorry, just do my thing here. My glasses are all off. Woo, what a day. So she is a professor of early childhood education. She is an author. She has done so much stuff with just teaching students, of course, but then teaching moms and dads how to connect and relate to their babies and to their kids. And it's just been interesting watching her. She's out of Florida. She's really familiar there. She's been on like all kinds of their, shows, their like morning shows and their news shows and whatever they do there. But she uh, just has this nice down to earth style of talking and enjoying enjoying what she does, enjoying the subject, which is something that I do as well. So we had just a great time, but we're talking really a lot about um, how how is it that kids bond to family and to parents. And so, I know last week I talked a bit about that skin to skin contact. We talked about that a little bit more, but and we really talked about that safety, how kids need to feel safe and how they need to feel uh, how, first safety and then they can feel loved. And that safety piece, and we talked about this on the during the podcast, but we talked about um, even before the babies are born, this piece comes into play, and their minds are active and processing and learning things even before they're born. And so they actually start hearing at 18 weeks into the pregnancy, but they're hearing internal sounds from the mom. So they're hearing her heartbeat and some of the things that go on. It made me wonder. I know I'm a little crazy, but it made me wonder like bodily functions and are they hearing that and our burps and things that come out the other end? But the gassy sounds, I don't know. I don't know what they hear, but they're hearing the things that are going on inside mommy. And then at about 28 weeks, I think it was, they start hearing things from outside that's going on in the environment. And what a great time that is to for daddy to connect with baby and to start talking to the baby, and that child will hear that voice and that voice will become familiar to them. And if there are other siblings already that are there, it's a great time for them to start talking and introducing themselves and talking about the things that they want to do with the baby as they get older. And maybe we'll play baseball together, maybe we'll go swimming together, and I'm going to read stories to you and I'm going to teach you all these cool things to do. And so, it's just a wonderful time to bond. And then we talked about too how important it is, um, once the kids are here, that importance of hugging and touching and cooing and hearing that calm, nice voice. And again, it's a great time for moms and dads to have that connection with the baby and holding them. And so I know that sometimes dads um, get a little afraid almost of handling a newborn baby, that, oh, I might hurt it, I don't know what I'm doing or whatever. You're not going to hurt the baby. Just hold him and love him and coo him, and just have him on your shoulder while you're watching the game. I will tell you in my family, that's kind of how it went, right? And my family, if you've listened for very long, my family is very sports-centered family. And when I was growing up, and a lot of sports was going on in our home. Either we were watching it or playing it, and that was a big part of our lives. And so I can remember just and my mom was a big part of it. My mom loved sports too, and I learned to love sports. My sister learned to love sports, and all five of my brothers were engaged in sports, and so that, whatever babies that were there, they were being held, and as newborns, as we were watching games and enjoying things like the Olympics and all kinds of things, they heard the excitement of the family and picked up on that. And it's just interesting how all of us have become very active and engaged in different things. But uh, and so it's great to hold them during those times. And they're tired. It's amazing what babies will sleep through. It's great. And so just making them a part of the family right from the very beginning, and letting siblings hold them and connect with them. And then you know, as other members of the family, it's not just mom that holds the baby, but dad and siblings. Those connections are being made, and those relationships are being made. And it's really good, even for the other siblings, to have those connections there, so that they're not feeling left out and separated. And it helps to build stronger relationships as they get older, and it can help, and there's some other things that we need to feed into that and make sure that those relationships remain strong. But it can help with the start of those strong, positive sibling relationships. And so there's just so much good that can come from that. And so we also talked about um, the importance of understanding what's going on in the head of the baby and their developmental stages. And so, what they're learning and how to engage with that. And so, she's amazing, and she has a lot of books that are out there. She doesn't do coaching, but she does have a lot of books that are out there that can help explain that. And we have access to those links in the show notes of the podcast. So if you're interested, you can go there. But finding out and getting educated about what are the stages that they are learning from the very beginning as they come out and their eyes are developing and they're able to focus more on things, and what are they learning from the when they're looking around. You've ever seen that baby be so pensive sometimes as they're just, looking around at the things that are about them. Things are going on in their minds and they're clicking, and it's such an exciting time to watch them. But if you know what exactly is happening, you know more about how to feed into that, and how to feed into the stages of learning that they're in, to build that confidence and that relationship, and that love cycle that's there, depending on where their brain development is. So exciting. So we had fun talking about that. And then we also talked about the importance of um, laying strong boundaries, even from the very beginning. I wear glasses. I didn't wear glasses until I was in my 40s. It's something magical happened 3 months after I turned 40. My eyes started going all crazy. But but when the kids were little, I didn't have glasses, but I know a lot of people do. And so it's normal for a baby to reach up and grab them, right? And yeah. And with grandkids, I've had that. And so we talked about, when you have things like that, you're starting to set boundaries very, very early on. No, don't touch those. No, they're not for you. And we're repeating that. And we talked about that whole process of how to set boundaries, even when they're very, very little, in a positive, calm, supportive way. But we want to continue that, right? We want to continue that as they get older and make those connections. And we talked about keeping those connections going when they're toddlers and and moving up in maturity. And so it's a great episode. I hope you'll take the time to listen to it. And I just enjoy it. Now, I want you to take the time to maybe go to the website, www.littleheartsacademyusa.com, and um, get on our email list. And I will send you just twice a month. So you're not getting inundated. There's no amount of money that would make me betray your trust and not protect your information. So uh, that's absolutely protected. And um, you will get some parenting ideas, activity ideas, what's going on with the podcast, and then other podcasts where I am a guest on. I was just featured as a guest on the Mom Essentials podcast. We had such a great time talking there and about curiosity and being a curious parent. And that was kind of a interesting and a fun take, but something I totally believe in. And so I hope that you'll go and get on our list and get the email and get, the newsletter. And we won't, like I said, we won't inundate you, but we'll give you some really good ideas that will be supportive and helpful and answer questions and do all of those cool, fun things. So it's on the website, www.littleheartsacademyusa.com. And so next week, I have this amazing mom. Her name is Jenna Jones, and she's out of Las Vegas. And she has two kids of her own and is expecting her third. And we are just talking about real life and when you're in the middle of all of it, how is she making sure that her kids are feeling loved and moving forward in confidence and understanding their boundaries and understanding their values, and but keeping it all in a loving situation in our teaching, how we're teaching. So I'm in the process of editing that right now, actually. So anyway, until next week, let's find joy in parenting. See you later, guys.